Today I have a quick little project. It is a vinyl coin triangle pouch. There's money in one of these. Must be in the big one. And this little one is the one I'll be doing in this tutorial today. It is the 5x7 version. And we have the 5x7 version. This one fits in a 6x10 hoop. And the larger version is a 6x12. However, it is rotated as well in an 8x10 hoop. So that one will also work for people with the 8x10 hoop. And you can see it fits the chains in it. And I don't have a little eyelet or keyring holder put on here yet, but you can see, you shake it. Yeah. I think it is just a great little pouch. Let's see, did that snap? Yep. And you can see, all right, let's get started making these cuties. Because today's project is a quick little project, you hardly need anything. You need a top piece of vinyl and you need a bottom piece of vinyl. You can also use felt on the bottom as well, which is what I'm going to do for this one. And you could use, it's optional, a piece of cardstock to help stiffen the center of it. And then you need the stabilizer. That's all we need. So let's get started. The first thing that we need to do is the placement stitch, and I have that all ready to go. And now to add the cardstock if you are going to do that step. Okay, for this step, you can either add a piece of cardstock, which is what this is. It's just a piece of thicker paper known as cardstock, and put it on top, and then we'll do it that way. Or you can also use a piece of batting, something that would be a little stiffer but not very thick with the vinyl. You don't want it to be too bulky or it won't fold nice. But for me, I'm going to be using the cardstock, and you can stitch through paper, it's fine for your machine. And I'm going to use a 505 adhesive spray just to attach mine. It's just roughly cut to fit over, and then we go back to the machine and we run the tack down stitch. The tack down is done, and now to tear off the paper. For this part, if you have done batting of some sorts, then you need to cut off the excess batting around it. With the paper, what I do is I cut between the triangles, and I forgot to mention this is the 5x7 version, and it's a tearaway stabilizer that I'm using for this one. Don't cut through the stabilizer like I just did. And then I find it easiest to fold up and crease like you would a normal paper if you were ripping, and then you can tear it off. So you don't really need to cut anything other than the center just to make it easier to tear. All right, now that that is cut the next thing to do is actually add the front and the back. So now you would add your front piece and tape it on, and then you'll turn over and put the back piece and tape it on. Now, if you do want to do a design on your pieces, these two are the flat pieces and these two are the center pieces. If you're going to do design, now would be the time to do it. You put this on, run your design, take it off, then put the back piece on. And now that it is all taped on, we take it back to the machine and it's going to do the last step to put the two of these together. The next stitch is an optional stitch, and it is to mark the placement for the top cap snap. So you can run that one if you want. If not, then you're done. And now, with that cap piece done, we are done and can take it back and cut it out. Now that it is done, we can take it out of the hoop, and I'll show you those little cap placement stitches. And there we have the stitching and the little cap placement stitches here and the little cap placement stitches here. And this would be the underside. The next thing I'm going to do is I like to use a rotary cutter and a ruler to cut out the long edges. As well, I like to use an X-Acto, but you can use whatever you want, to cut out the round bits. I'll do the round bits first, and then I will do the longer portions. Now that that has been cut out, the next thing that has to be cut out is the little tiny round corner here and the rounded tips. Now that that is done, the next thing would be to fold it up and then indicate where the holes will be. So I'll just show you how to fold it. It is very flexible, but you can hear, kind of hear, the cardboard in there, and it just gives it a little bit more structure. But what you do is you take it, and with the lining facing up and the right side facing down, you fold along here, up like this, and it matches along the top stitching line. And then you give the side a press to help it stay down. All right, so we have that. And then you would fold the top portion down. And I always give it just a little bit of leeway at the top because you want to be able to fill it with things and not have it too tight. So just give it a little bit at the top extra when you're pressing fold. And then you would turn it over and do the same thing with this one. And again, leaving it up just a little bit there. And now that you have the folds in, you see, it stays, and it's a little bit easier to add the snaps so that you know where that they will go. And I will just take you over to my other table and I will install some snaps.